Have you ever looked at disc golf and said, that looks cool, but we need to completely rework all of the discs? Welcome Doomsday. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Lake Julian Disc Golf Course and we are playing Doomsday only for today. We have an interesting little lineup, and these are pretty much all of the availability that you can get in Western North Carolina as far as Doomsday is concerned. We have the Bunker Buster. This is 7402, so it's a really big fairway driver, and the rest of these discs are kind of on the larger side too. We have the Frag. This is 5205, so people say that it's like a mid-range tilt. We have the Proximity Mine. Nice little thumb track on top. Kind of looks like an expanded birdie. They call it a 230 1.5. We have the Landmine. This is their putting putter 2202. And then the flippiest disc we have out here today is the Solar Death Ray. This disc is 85 -11. So theoretically, should be an interesting little lineup, and we'll see how well we can shoot. We're gonna play 12, 15, 16, 17, and 18. We're playing 5 discs, 5 holes. I don't know if I'm gonna throw the Landmine off the tee. We're gonna see how it works for putting purposes. This is the only one in the actual like putter plastic. The rest of these, so they're putter plastic. They call this weapons grade plastic. The Frag is in C4 plastic, and the rest of these are all in their survival plastic. They do have a couple other options, but this is what we got today. This is what we're gonna play with. Let's see how it works. I'm gonna throw it 2 off the tee because these discs are kind of strange. So yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go, we're gonna go Proximity Mine and Landmine off the tee and try to get ourselves set up to take a birdie on this long par 4. I'm gonna go Landmine first just to kind of warm my arm up, but we're probably gonna be taking the Proximity Mine. We'll see what happens. All right, got a little bit of stability to it, but it flies very slowly. Yeah, definitely gonna be taking the Proximity Mine. From here, probably gonna go Bunker Buster, see if we can get it close. This is the same flight numbers as a T-Bird. A T-Bird is about that big. This thing is massive. And because it's in the, I can't remember what the big discs are called, but because it's heavier, it's like 198 grams, so it's pretty heavy as well. I don't know if that skipped or not. Now their putting putter, the Landmine, looks like you took a polecat and just made it blockier and bigger. That thing is a right angle. It's almost sharp. And then it has this really thick rim. Interesting feeling, interesting flying. Let's see if we can make a putt. Doesn't come off my hand right. Par is fine, but it's not great. Landmine. It almost feels like it is a premium plastic because of how waxy it feels. It feels very polished and smooth. But, I mean, we already got a ding just from putting. So, maybe it beats in to be a touch grippier. Gonna reach back in for the Bunker Buster, going on a forehand for hole number 15. This should be a disc that would work in this slot. I don't know how it's gonna fly. Just because it's so big. It's like they took a fairway driver rim and just slapped it onto an Ultra Star. It's so big. I don't buy that that's a 7-speed. That's so hard to throw. Ow. It's probably because of how heavy it is. My arm almost hurts now. Let's see if we can figure out the landmine here. Kinda. I also don't buy that that's a 2-speed. I think because of the size of the discs, they're that speed if you throw them hard. But if you soft up on them just a touch, they just don't go that far. I can throw the proximity mine off of 16. The steep pad, it's about 300 feet. It's right there in the middle of open, and it's slightly downhill. Here's the profile for this. Very slight little concave on the rim, almost sharp up here where the two halves of the mold meet, and then it's got this thumb track, and it's actually kind of domey. Gonna take that sticker off. If you can get over the weird hand feel of most of these discs, they are very affordable because I got all 5 of these for like $80. That would be like 4 normal price discs. I think the landmine was $12, and it feels like a premium plastic. Proximity mine time. Let's get her close. Yep. It's when you throw an overstable disc on hyzer. It goes straight and then it goes left. Or it just goes left. I needed to turn that. Oh well. I thought it was supposed to be not very glidey. It doesn't feel like it would be that glidey. And every putt I've putted with it so far has just been a little short. And now it just takes off. I don't know what happened. The proximity mine putts. Honestly, if you're gonna get one of these to putt with, the proximity mine actually feels better than the landmine. The landmine is fine, and I'm sure it would be great. This feels more comfortable for me than this. Not saying that either one of them is great. I haven't thrown them enough yet to tell. They're so interesting. Now it's time to see what the frag can do. Everyone says it's Zone OS, it's Mutant, it's Swarm, it's those super overstable discs. A2 is one of them. You know what this actually looks like? This looks like an Anvil. I think it's Westside Discs Anvil. Just bigger around and deeper. Real interesting. This is a very smooth, waxy feeling disc. The weapons grade plastic feels waxy. This feels very, very waxy. A little baseline-ish, but very waxy. I was just gonna throw it on a chop sidearm here and hope we get somewhere up there. Yeah, that is incredibly beefy, and also it turns into a roller. How about that? Gonna go frag again, this time more of a scramble shot. We're gonna see if we can get it to pan. Or is it truly like a tilt and it just cuts? That was such a weird flight. Even if after it hit the tree, I thought that it was kicking left. And it kicked off the tree on hyzer going to the right. I know Doomsday is all about their weird discs, but also like I have no need for something that is that overstable. That is completely unusable for me. I'm gonna throw it probably one more time. We'll see how my drive on 18 ends up, but I might throw it on 18 as an approach shot. Proximity mine putt. See, the proximity mine actually has some glide to it. It has that dome in the middle. Put it up in the air, it'll still glide. Maybe I should have done that with the landmine, just because then I wouldn't have gone too far. And par streak is over. 1 over par. We have 1 more hole to play though, and as long as I do something pretty decent on the drive, I should get a birdie. Last hole, we are going with the Solar Death Ray. This disc is really unique because it says it's a -1-1, A5 -1-1. So theoretically it should be about the same as like a Discraft Passion. However, look at that shoulder. It has the shoulder and the down sloping edge of like an Essence, but then it has this very aggressive little upturn on the bottom. So that's probably where it's getting the extra stability from. But then to top it all off, you just have these little like, you have basically Ultra Star rings on a fairway driver. They couldn't just make one normal disc. He's like, oh, that's a good looking fairway driver. Let's stick some rings on it just to be different. It is definitely different. Let's see how it flies. Just a touch of hyzer. Should flip up and ride really straight for a pretty long time. And let's see if we can get it close to the Mando. That is not a -1-1. It's more like a -2-2. I would say it's more like an Innova Valkyrie. It flipped up a pretty decent, like it flipped up fast, but it didn't hold it at all. It just like, it flipped up to flat, rode flat for like 50 feet, and then started to just dump. That's such a weird disc. After throwing that scramble shot with the frag, I don't think I'm close enough to the pin to be able to throw the frag again and still get there. It just doesn't go anywhere when I throw it. We're gonna go with the proximity mine, which seems just like kind of a somewhat neutral, slightly overstable glidey putter. Just pop it up there, touch a hyzer, and hopefully we make it through all the branches. Stop with next shot. Basket is right behind the pine tree with all the stuff on it. I'm actually gonna throw the frag, believe it or not. If this doesn't show you that I should not be throwing the frag, I don't know what does. Because the 2 holes that I threw the frag on are the 2 holes that I did not par. Still haven't finished this one out yet though. I have to throw in to save a par. It's not gonna be good. It's so hot. Doomsday, doing some really interesting stuff. Really unique molds. The frag, I don't know if it's the plastic or just how blatantly overstable it is. I can't throw this. It has a cool look though. This this C4 plastic looks a lot like Prodigy Fractal or maybe Galactic from Innova. Really cool looking disc. I can't throw it. The landmine. It is, if you mixed a Berg's Flight with a pole cat that's been at the gym, you have the landmine. The proximity mine. Of all of these discs that I've thrown today, this one is probably the most likely for me to throw more. Cool looking stamp. It has an interesting feel, but the flight is pretty nice. So it's gonna give you like almost a shallow, or almost like a a slow mid-range feel with the flight of a putter, so it's gonna be interesting. I think I want to play around some more with this, but it's gonna be fun for sure. The Bunker Buster. It is what it says it is. It is overstable, has a 7-speed rim. It feels pretty comfortable. It's just really big. So when I go to do some more like plus sized rounds, we'll take out the Condor, we'll take the Bunker Buster, we'll take out the Jaguar, we'll do some cool stuff like that. Solar Death Ray it's the one disc that I found from them so far that is the size of a normal disc. It is not the shape of what you would normally buy, and it's definitely going to be interesting with these ridges. Kind of fun though. This might end up being its own video. I might do a full review over this. I only threw it once, so it's very possible that the tailwind just made it way more stable than I thought it would be. But interesting disc. I don't think any of these have the chance to make my bag. But if you're looking to get started into disc golf, they have some pretty decent molds, and they're very, very affordable. Their premium plastics are like 16, 17 bucks. Pretty nice price. Overall, Doomsday discs, you're doing some weird stuff. Keep doing what you're doing, because some of it works and some of it doesn't, and you won't know until you try. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to like the video. If you want to see something new, make sure to comment that down below, and make sure to subscribe for all the subscriber only giveaways. Until next time, I will see you out on the course.